listening to Champion Cinema with Chris and Chris. Champion
Cinema. Hello, folks. Welcome to Champion Cinema. I'm Chris with a Craven C.
Oh, and I'm Chris with a Kai Wolf K.
Oh, right, come on, then explain what that is.
It caught my eye. He plays one of the German dudes in the Twilight Zone movie. But I thought, that's a good name, isn't it? Kai Wolf. It's a W, but I'm giving it a bit of a German thing.
Yeah.
Kai Wolf.
Wolf. Yeah, why don't you explain to the folks what we're doing this week, because I can't be bothered.
Well, we thought, firstly, it is the spooky season.
Yeah.
Of course. And it occurred to us we've never done Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
We've only ever done the second one, which is still mental. We've only done one of them.
It is. It shocked me that we've never done it.
Yeah.
But then we got thinking about, we've been talking about doing anthology stuff for a while.
For a while, actually, yeah.
So yeah, where's best to start? But Twilight Zone,
Exactly.
One of the originals. But to mix it up, we're doing a movie and a TV episode of both the genres.
I mean, originally we'd planned do Twilight Zone the movie, an episode of Master Horror, Nightmare on Elm Street. So I was like, Robert Englund's in this episode of Master Horror. Then I was just like, wait a minute, Freddy's Nightmares. This is literally an anthology Freddy show.
He did a shit. You just never realised. Freddy the TV show. I mean, which is still a mad thing to me that they made. I mean, it
shows how popular he was.
I was going to say, it shows how popular Freddy the TV show.
Yeah, where it was just like a low rent, like Tales from the Dark Side, basically, or Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Costs like 25 pence an episode and stuff.
and oh boy, does it show.
Oh, yeah.
In the nicest possible way.
Oh, I've got a fucking massive soft spot for Freddy's Nightmares. Yeah.
They did what they could.
They certainly did, yeah. And it didn't last very long. It only lasted like 2 seasons. But you know what I realised, though, because we've been such massive putty arses this year.
We have indeed.
This is the first, standard show we've done since December.
Jesus.
Because the other two were just the year in reviews of, the past 25 years. We haven't done a proper show since December, since the Christmas episode. It's just insane. 10 months.
Life getting in the way and stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm blaming it on.
Yeah, I'm just blaming that. Yeah. So, should we get cracking with an episode of The Twilight Zone?
Yes.
Cue the 2 Unlimited.
Champion Cinema.
We're diving in at a bit of a random place. Season 2, episode 22. So we're going a bit later in the run of the show. I picked this show just for context. This episode, just because it was one that I saw when I was quite young. And I don't know, it just always resonated with us. I guess it was one of them where I saw it and didn't really know what Twilight Zone was. And it was creepy enough that I wasn't scared of it. Because obviously I'm literally talking I was probably 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah.
So it was creepy enough that it creeped us out, but not to the point where I ran out the room screaming or anything.
I mean, did you realise the link that the kid is in the movie?
Yes, yeah.
He's in the diner. I think he's in the diner in the Joe Dante story. Yeah.
He is, yeah. And obviously he's the kid that he's in Lost in Space and stuff. Yeah. Will Robinson and stuff. Oh, he always plays a Will or a Bill, basically.
Yeah.
He knows his stereotype. So let's move through, though. The year's 1961. Obviously, runtime of 25 minutes, which is
nice
crazy.
And breezy, yeah.
They cram those stories in, bless them. A bit of a fun fact about Twilight Zone, which I think people sometimes miss, is that really what Twilight Zone was just a clever way for Rod Serling to bypass network censorship in some ways. You know, at the time they were dealing with bigotry, racism, and things, and you know, these things are par for the course now on TV. But back then, you couldn't get stuff like that on TV.
No.
But put a sci-fi lens on it, and suddenly it's okay because it's just a sci-fi, it's just a space movie.
It's make believe, it's fantasy, it's fine. Yeah.
So it's clever that he was telling these stories that were very much taboo of the time. So this episode's directed by James Sheldon, starring Phil Abbott as Chris Bales, the dad.
Chris,
Patricia,
perfect. See,
well that too, yeah, Chris. Patricia Smith as Sylvia Bales, the mum. Bill Mummy as Billy Bales, aka Will Robinson, and Lily Darvis as Grandma Bales.
first thing, another little wrong'un called Billy, like we were talking about in the last show that we did with fucking. I've made a little bad Billy Hall of Fame. So you got Billy from Black Christmas,
Yeah.
Silent Night Deadly Night's Billy Loomis from Scream.
Oh, yeah.
You got Billy Bear from 48 Hours, fucking Sunnyland, who was just genuinely a wrong'un anyway. And I couldn't think of another one, so I just put Billy Bob Thornton.
Well, he's a bit of a wrong'un.
He might be, I don't know, he looks a bit dodgy.
he plays a wrong'un all the time, doesn't he?
He's good at playing a wrong'un, put it that way. Yeah. He's probably played a wrong'un called Billy at some point.
Yeah, Billy, there you go. The reoccurring evil name.
Like we said, it's just, for some reason, there was just a period, or just a certain chunk of time when, like, loads of people were called Billy. You never hear of anyone called Billy anymore.
You don't really, do you? Yeah, it's old-fashioned. I guess William, Will, yeah, old-fashioned
Well,
names.
it's kind of like what was said. What was it? One of the Van Damme movies. I think it was The Quest one. Like he's called Chris in it, and we were just like, it's weird. You never really hear male characters are called Chris in movies. It's always a girl, like it's called Chrissy or Christine or something.
Yeah, it's true.
But Chris is a very unpopular name.
It's the best name as well.
It is.
So I suppose did we decide? Are we doing alternate synopsis? I guess are you doing the synopsis?
No, I was just going to leave all the Twilight Zone stuff up to you, and I'll just do the Freddy stuff.
Ah, right, yeah. So I'll do the synopsis, but obviously there's not much of a synopsis with it being 25 minutes long. But to summarise it, a young boy receives a strange toy telephone that lets him commune with the dead, and the family must act before it's too late for young Billy.
Yeah, it's a good thing about, like, obviously they're constrained by, like, 25, or, like, probably 23 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, fucking, they can't, like, over-explain everything, so there's still a layer of mystery to it. Like, is he talking to her, or is he coping with it the best he can, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ambiguities, there's just enough there, yeah.
Tell you one thing, though, the fucking grim moment where he, like, drowns. I was like, Jesus!
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
it just runs out.
Like you were saying, because of the time period, they don't show it, but they do enough to where you're like, oh, shit, I know what happened there.
Yeah. You know, it's pretty dark stuff. Like, if it is happening, as it like sort of suggests, the grandma's like, go top yourself, so you can be with us.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like, why is she so possessive? It's like this. It's almost like fucking Hereditary or something. The weird grandma,
Alpha Hereditary.
I did laugh though at the bit, like after that bit where they find the son in the pond. And obviously, you know, the mother's distraught. She thinks her son just died. And just the classic 60s chauvinism where, like, he's fucking, like, a bloody hysterical woman. He's like, the doctor will be here in a minute. I'll give her something calm and do.
Yeah, so Prozac or something. Yeah, the classic of the time. Yeah.
Like, bloody women can't even handle death in the 60s.
Although I will say, like, I don't know, it's an interesting portrayal of a family. I think, like, the husband and wife are quite together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had a phone.
Yeah, it was
that your phone?
stupid alarm.
Classic.
Yeah.
The mum and dad are like quite together. Like there's no like, God damn it, woman, you're just imagining it. And
No.
And then she takes a slap or something. Like, you know, he's
Fetch me my whiskey.
yeah. Like, you know, yeah, he's like there going, I'm trying to do the taxes or something. Or whatever men did back then. Yeah. But, like, yeah, he kind of... I mean, he ultimately believes it, right? Because he runs upstairs and gets on the phone.
Yeah.
And starts trying to, like, convince his mum to
Basically
let go and
saying,
stuff.
like, mother, stop being a fucking mentalist, you did. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I kind of like that aspect of the portrayal of the family. Yeah, nice, strong family unit. Just with an overbearing mum, basically.
The grandma did remind us of the mum from The Exorcist, though. Just the way she's always like, Billy! Oh, Billy!
Yeah. Like, slight accent there.
Yeah.
Like, Romanian accent or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like, I don't know, what's the backstory? Like, she's like an old medicine woman from Romania or something.
Yeah.
And that's how she put herself in.
You've got to remember as well, our first attempt to get him to kill himself is just to go run a boot in the road and almost get hit by a car.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark, really. But it doesn't feel dark, you know what I mean? Because they've done it in a really good way where it just feels kind of matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine people complaining about it at the time. But when you look, like, read between the lines, you're like, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it wasn't for me as a 5-6-year-old or whenever I saw it. I knew what was going on, and I knew there was something creepy about it. But it wasn't to the point where I was like running out the room or hiding behind a cushion or something.
No,
but it was enough to get us intrigued. Like, this is creepy. Don't like this.
Yeah, the thing is, I've never really seen that much of the original Twilight Zone. I'm probably more familiar, if anything, with the 80s one. I remember when that was on, like, seeing a few episodes of that late at night, like when I was up too late as a kid. But I've seen obviously this one and maybe like one or two others over the years. But it's a show I want to, like, put some time aside and just binge a lot of it at some point, because there's a lot of classic episodes I haven't seen.
Yeah, you should. There's usually like 5 to 6 like absolute smashers in each season. Probably more so in the first one, and then there's some really good ones in the third one. Second season's okay, but it's more consistent than ever reaching super highs.
So was it only 3 seasons?
Yeah. 20 odd episodes per season. Yeah. So it's cool to see that little kid like unmistakably like Will Robinson.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was Will Robinson. Yeah, I saw something about him being in the Lost in Space reboot, and I went, "Oh, that's interesting." I didn't put it together. He's the original Will Robinson. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he reprises. I'm sorry, not reprises, but they use the same actor again in like season 3. I'm tempted to say.
He's in a couple episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's in the Joe Dante segment, I think. He's like the kid in the original version of the Joe Dante.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's the kid with the powers and stuff.
That makes sense why he's in Joe Dante's segment in the movie then, yeah.
Yeah, that's just a little nod, But there's some interesting observations. There's not much to pick out of this, really, but I liked that the mum and dad had separate beds. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the time.
No sex unless it's for procreation, thank you very much.
Like good Catholics.
Yep.
I liked the bit when the mum like has a funny turn, the grandma, and she's obviously upstairs, and the doctor comes down the stairs and he looks at the dad and kind of shakes his head.
Yeah.
Me and Stacey joked that the doctor was like, "Nah, she's still alive." Like that was what the look actually was.
Dad's just like,
oh, fucking hell. Go up there and finish her off because
fucking insurance money.
Yeah. Well, she was pretty insufferable for those first like 10 minutes. That was all.
Kind of was.
So, but it's so wonderful though that they're like everyone's so well established in such a small amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what you're watching and who's doing what. And
there's a very specific kind of skill to writing this kind of TV, I think.
That's just like fucking in and out. No messing about. No backstory. No like, hey, little Billy, it's like that time when you were abused as a child, and they're like trying to set up some bullshit story. Yeah. It's just like, no, this is the thing, and this is what's spooky about it.
I'll say this as well. Like, it's the one thing I think is missing from the movie. Like, some of the segments, a lot of the segments of the movie just seem to like end, like the end before they feel like they're finished or something. They just like go, and now we need to end because we've run out of time. Whereas this just feels done. It's 20 minutes. It's compact. You got everything you need. Yeah. It's got a begin, middle, and an end. You know what I mean?
Pacing. Yeah, definitely. I know exactly what you mean. Like, I didn't necessarily wrote it in my notes, but I do think like some of the segments of the movie is a bit like.
I think mainly. I mean, obviously the first story, which we'll get to. I mean, that's the way it is for a very awful reason. But even Joe Dante is just kind of all of a sudden it's just like we need to end it, and it's just like that was a bit fucking skip to the end quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. They just had a certain amount of time, or maybe it got cut short. Maybe they had to edit something. Who knows? But hopefully it inspires you to watch some more.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do for ages. Yeah, they're always on. I guess my mum watched them. Sometimes around the channel on Sky called Legendary or Legend Channel or something. She was watching it the other day.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Nice one. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it, really. I think that's it. Like I said, it's 25 minutes, so...
Yeah, it's difficult. And I think if we ever wanted to do, like, a Twilight Zone review, we would probably want to do, like, a whole season, pretty much, basically. Yeah. To, like, dip in and out of the stories.
Or at least pick, like, 4 or 5 episodes or something.
Yeah.
Just do a special one-off show.
Yeah.
Maybe do, like, an episode, because I think there was a there was an 80s version of the show. I think there was one in the early 2000s which lasted 5 minutes, and then there's that Jordan Peele one which once again lasted a season. So there's been rebooted a few times over the years.
Yeah, which it's sad. It's sad that like they couldn't find a way for that to work as a rejuvenated TV show.
Yeah, and it's not like we were saying the other night when we were talking, like it's not like it's a unpopular idea, because there's Black Mirror, there's Inside Number 9, there's been a lot of shows over the years that are popular that have done the anthology format. But yeah, it's weird how Twilight Zone didn't work in today's society.
Yeah, definitely. Society.
I couldn't think of the words, I just said society. Climate, there you go, in today's climate.
Yeah, climate.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing I was thinking about when I was watching this was like, because I've never really liked Black Mirror.
I've never watched. The only one I've watched is that interactive one that was on Netflix. I've always meant to watch it, but I've never got around to watching the actual show.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, I was always like, why? What is it? Because like, I always loved Twilight Zone and I liked Outer Limits and stuff. But like, what is it about Black Mirror that puts me off so much? And I think it's just that like, there tends to be a bit more of a meanness to it.
Well, yeah.
And I think, like, I don't know, for that reason, I just kind of don't enjoy it, or I don't allow myself to enjoy it, because I'm like, yeah, but what's going to happen? At the end of the episode, the character's going to die or something, or be trapped in horrible circumstances. And, like, Twilight Zone and Outer Limits had that, but I just don't think it was presented in such a mean-spirited way, I guess.
Well, once again, like you were saying, though, like, it's the time period, isn't it? They couldn't go too mean-spirited with it, but there is still a lot of darkness there that's kind of hidden, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I will say that I think Inside Number 9 is it's amazing. The quality of that, the consistent quality of that show is insane. It's mental. At least the first, like, I think there's 2 or 3 seasons I maybe haven't watched, but the first, like, 4 seasons or something, where you're just like, how the fuck, every fucking episode is amazing. It's crazy.
Just super creative and stuff. And
you never know what you're going to get with that. Some episodes are based around, like slapstick comedy almost, like a farce. Then the one just goes super dark, one's scary, one's like a mix of everything, one's sad. It's fucking such a good show. Yeah,
it's a show I should get back to. Like, I enjoyed, like, I watched the first and second season. I was enjoying it. But
did you ever see the episode where it looks like an old TV episode of a TV show from like the 70s, and they're staying in like a snowy cabin?
No, actually, I think that's literally the one I stopped at.
I think it was a Christmas special one. Yeah, it looks. I think they literally used like old cameras to film it. It looks spot on. It looks like an episode of like Tales of the Unexpected or something. It's so good.
Nice.
And it has a super dark ending. Should we get to Twilight Zone, the movie?
Twilight Zone went to Hollywood. But I suppose there's no surprise. Like, it was always going to happen, right? This, because, you know, like, obviously the TV show would inspire a generation of filmmakers.
Yeah, that's what this is. A bunch of directors who obviously grew up loving the Twilight Zone. So it makes sense. Yeah.
So, yeah, the year is 1983, with a runtime of 1 hour, 41 minutes. Obviously, I'll just put it right at the front. The fact about this movie is it cost the life of 2 children and an actor. Adult actor, unfortunately, which we'll talk about. Yeah. But it's directed by John Landis. We'll each have segments, I should say. John Landis, Steven Spielberg, Joe Dante, and George Miller. Starring-wise, all I've done is I've just picked each of the main people from each of the segments, so that we're not here all day. So we've got Dan Aykroyd as the passenger / ambulance driver. Vic Morrow as Bill Connor in the Time Out segment. Scatman Crothers.
Good old Scatman.
As Mr. Bloom.
Skibidi-bidi. No, it's not that, guys.
You're like, Scatman. Not him. Kathleen Quinlan as Helen Foley in It's a Good Life section. Yeah. And John Lithgow as Schma. That's his character.
We've actually got a reason to do a Lithgow impression this episode. It's the first time ever, I think.
Played John Valentine in Nightmare at 20,000 Feet.
John Lithgow as Schma.
So yeah, synopsis of the film. I'll do a bit of a I guess a Twilight Zone inspired synopsis. Yeah. A collection of tales from a place called the Twilight Zone. A man who needs to learn the consequences of his own actions. An elderly group of misfits given a second taste of youth. A lady who makes a surprising friend with a terrible secret. And finally, a man terrified of flying, but for all the right reasons.
I mean, you got the wraparound story. Well, I was reading it was supposed to end with back at that wraparound on the highway as well. All the characters were going to converge at the end, apparently. But then the Vic Morrow thing happened, and they went, "Nah, fuck it," because that would make he wouldn't be there, and it just would make no sense. So they just tacked it onto the end of the Lithgow story. But it's I like how it
nice
almost
bookend.
it takes almost like too long to get going, but I kind of like it because you're just like, imagine being in the cinema going, I thought this was the fucking Twilight Zone movie. It's just two guys singing Creedence for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I kind of like it that it just keeps going, and they're doing the guess the song thing. And
It's a nice scene, isn't it? Like the way they're riffing off each other and stuff.
yeah, it almost feels ad-libbed, which I imagine some of it probably is. Yeah.
And randomly as well, I made note that like that Albert Brooks actor, he like proper made me think of George Costanza.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't know, something about his mannerisms and the way he was like insistent on certain points and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought something about it. Like I don't know if they're related or something.
I wouldn't be surprised because I think he's a writer director himself who was making movies like during the 80s. So I wouldn't be surprised if like some of his performances were like a little bit of an inspiration for like Jason Alexander's performance as well as being like a bit Larry David as well.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, but yeah, good scene. I think like as a kid, it scared the bejesus out of me.
I think it still works. I know you said it. You don't think it does, but when I watched it again, I like because I haven't seen this for fucking years, like 20 years. And when it happened, I got the feeling I got the first time I watched it was like, I kind of got it a little bit.
Really?
I mean, it kind of looks
something.
It looks goofy, but it's a good kind of goofy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe if they just cut out like a second or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, when he grabs onto him, it's like he's just hanging onto him, and I'm like, bite him.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way it's shot and stuff, because obviously it's John Landis that does that bit as well. Like it has American Werewolf and London vibes. I think the way the sound and the way it's shot and stuff. So
yeah, definitely. So yeah, fun intro.
Yeah.
Get you going, and then you get the actual title crawl.
Yeah,
sort of,
Burgess
title.
Meredith doing the voiceover. It was in a big episode of the series as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's cool.
So the first story, I mean, can I just say what? Because obviously the first story is where the terrible fucking accident happened.
Yes.
But I'll tell you, I had a fucking mad Mandela effect. I remembered the actual scene where it happened, like the helicopter bit, being in the movie, but obviously they just cut away from it, like, and it just kind of cuts back to the Germany bit, and then the story ended, and I went, what? Like, somehow my brain's merged because I've seen that footage, obviously. Everyone's seen the footage.
Like
But I remember
Faces of Death and stuff.
Yeah, but
You've watched Faces of Death too much.
Yeah, basically. But I remember it being in the movie, but it was just obviously cut around and was really truncated. But no, it's never been in the movie. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and obviously as a result, it kind of hurts the flow of the story itself. Like, I think they're onto a good thing. I think it's cool. You know, like, dickhead, like, bigot guy gets put through a nightmare scenario and, like, is forced to, like, see the error of his ways.
Yeah.
Like, as a concept, it's a cool idea.
Oh, it's a really good idea, yeah. And a
just a shame.
super harsh way to start the movie as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like, he gets put through shit, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He gets shot and stuff.
I mean, just his rant as soon as he goes in the bar. It's just like, Jesus, Harry, calm down.
Yeah. Poor Norris as well from the thing too.
And the other guys, the guy he's in Black Christmas. He doesn't know what fellatio means and stuff. Guy.
That's mad. Yeah, it's quite a mad group of people really, because the obviously the black dude who's offended, he's God, who's he again? He's somebody.
He's in Jason Goes to Hell. I know he's in Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah.
He's just one of them guys. I think he's like a big character actor basically.
He was in a TV show and I can't remember which one it was. He was in quite a prominent TV show in the 80s and 90s. I can't remember which one it was.
I did mean to look him up. We'll have to look him up afterwards and figure it out. But yeah, I think so this is the only story that isn't actually based on an original. It isn't a remake of original.
No, it's like cherry picked, isn't it? Of like two different stories or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like thematically.
Yeah.
I think the original one is kind of inspired by. It's a soldier that swaps sides.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he's it's in the World War II, but he becomes a German soldier.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
And it's dealing with other sidism and the bad guy is the person that's not on your side.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah.
But yeah, interesting story. Shame that they didn't get to finish it, but obviously more the shame is that ultimately cost the life of Vic Morrows.
Yeah,
and the two kids.
I was reading though that the original ending was just that he gets the the bomb goes off and while he's got the two kids. And when he's going to leap back to Nazi Germany with the kids with him, and then the kids get taken away. Then he gets, so it was kind of going to be the same ending, just a lot grimmer in a way.
Yeah, which is mad.
Yeah. So yeah, as for the big, the infamous thing about this movie is the accident that happened. So I'll just read through the Wikipedia page account of it. On July 23rd, 1982, during the filming of Twilight Zone, the movie, actor Vic Morrow and child actors Mika Din Lee, age 7, and Renee Shin Yi Chen, age 6, were killed in an accident involving an out-of-control helicopter. The 3 were caught under the aircraft when it crashed, and Morrow and one child were decapitated. Special effects explosions blasting around them, the helicopter descended over Morrow, Lee, and Chen. Witnesses testified that Landis was still shouting for the helicopter to fly lower moments before it crashed.
Yeah, just the whole situation shitty. Steven Spielberg's quoted as saying, and it's it's absolutely right, that no movie's worth dying for.
No, of course not.
It's
fucking insane. Yeah.
So yeah, grim. And poor Vic Morris, I think one of his last words that's paraphrased from a few different sources was pretty much along the lines of, ugh, I shouldn't be doing this. I wish I had a stunt double, basically. Yeah. He's quoted as saying, so Jesus.
It's just like the weird fucking, it's got to be real mindset to some filmmakers, kind of like, shoot it a certain way and have them carry 2 dummies over a river. I can get a fucking stuntman to do it, not Vic Morrow. Do you know what I mean? In hindsight, I'm sure that thoughts like that ran through John Landis' head for years after it happened. Like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do this? But But yeah, the court case went on for fucking years, though. Went on for a long time, and he, he was charged with manslaughter, and he got off with it. But it's awful. It's a massive stain on the movie. You can't help but think about it all throughout the movie. And
obviously it massively turned off Spielberg for life from John Landis working with him again and stuff. Yeah. And George Miller pretty much turned his back on the project.
Yeah, once he shot it, apparently he just went back over.
Yeah. So crazy. And I think, I mean, I forgot to look up how the movie did and stuff, but
it did okay.
I don't remember it being I don't remember it being a runaway success. I think
I saw it cost $10 million and made 40. It wasn't massive, but it made its money back. It was a decent.
So
success.
I just think I wonder if some of that was just because they weren't willing to do a big push on the movie as much as they would have normally. The bit of subdued press and stuff on the movie.
Well, I read that the trailer doesn't contain any footage of John Landis' stuff though. I've read that, so they were even distanced, because I imagine it would have been all over the press when it happened.
Yeah.
So there's no footage of even the wraparound or his story at all in the trailer, which is telling, isn't it?
But obviously, a fascinating element of it. I mentioned it before. It was the Faces of Death stuff and that. How
the fuck did that footage get out?
because it probably would have been evidence for the court.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, it most likely it was available at some point because for the court case, so it would have leaked out through that, I'm assuming. Yeah.
But just for the notoriety of that footage and how it's been available now for
it's insane.
30 years basically and or beyond. Crazy.
Yeah, it's awful. It's up there, obviously, with Brandon Lee dying and stuff like that. It's just one of those fucking awful things you wish didn't happen. It's just mental.
Yeah, definitely. Just to bullet point, sorry to full stop the section, I'll always be thankful for American Werewolf in London and stuff, but fuck John Landis, basically.
Yeah, it's one of those things, how I always talk about, like what we say, Mel Gibson's, fucking constantly been a massive disappointment over the years, but we're always but I love Lethal Weapon and Mad Max.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same, because I fucking love not 48 Hours, Trading Places, Coming to America, fucking Three Amigos, American Weapon and Animal House, but at the same time I was but you fucking Twilight Zone. It's one of those things.
Yeah. It's a difficult one to get over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can forgive John McTiernan for going to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
That whole body thing.
Something daft, yeah.
But this one's a bit harder to get past.
I didn't realise as well. I was just reading up a bit on it today. He was going to direct Dick Tracy. He had to drop out of Dick Tracy to settle the whole legal matter thing, the court case and stuff, which is kind of crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. I guess there's an alternate universe somewhere where this whole thing didn't happen, and he went on to direct many movies.
And I mean, there's the whole thing of him and Eddie Murphy falling out, which I think we went into on the Trading Places show when he didn't come out in support of him even though they were friends, and he was just saying, what the fuck do you expect us to do? I mean, fucking hell.
Yeah, what's the classic line that he said, basically, he would work with him?
Oh, I think that was after Coming to America, where they had a really big falling out during that, and he was like, "I'll work with John Landis again when Vic Morrow does." It's like
brutal.
That's brutal, Eddie.
Like, there's no coming back from that, is there?
Yeah, but then he did. He made Beverly Hills Cop 3, and it was shite.
Yeah, never say never, I guess.
But speaking of shite, do you want to go over this? Move to the next story?
Let's move on to the next one. It's not a good start for the movie. I'll say that. It ends better than it starts.
It does.
Because it looks great. I'll start with some positives. Kick the can. I love some of the close-up shots. I love the framing of it.
I mean, the highlight is just Scatman Crothers talking. I could listen to him read a fucking phone book, Scatman Crothers.
The warmth that comes from Scatman Crothers.
It's always weird when the first time I ever saw him in a blaxploitation movie and he was like, kid motherfucker and stuff. And I was like, what? I was like,
like this.
I thought he was just the guy, always like the guy from The Shining.
I would be like saying, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like somebody else, like somebody that's famous.
Richard Attenborough.
Being like nice. Yeah, somebody like that, yeah. He was like a serial rapist or something. You'd be like,
Richard Attenborough called someone a cunt. And you're like, what?
Definitely. Morgan Freeman or something. Yeah. Be a cannibal and be mass murderer. But yeah, like, it's just, it's schmaltzy.
It's just weird. It's like, it's in a film where all the other stories have elements of creepiness to them or like flat out horror. And you'd think like, is this like the Breather episode? But it's just fucking, it's just in a weird place. If there was 5 stories and this was in the middle, it would make more sense.
Yeah.
But
it needed like it needed a hook. It needed a like, they almost do this, but they don't quite say it. But they needed like be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what they needed.
Yeah, it needed
like
a dark twist. Yeah,
yeah. Like the adults are like, oh, I don't want to be a kid again, and then Crothers is like, too late, motherfuckers. And then he walks off down the street.
Tough shit, kids.
And they're like trapped in the bodies or something. I don't know. It needed something like that. Because it doesn't really say much. The prance about in the street. They all become young. I mean, there's some highlights. The little girl, I love the little girl who's all like, is that you, Harry?
Yeah.
She does a great impression.
And she calls him a Meshuggah at the end, which I always like.
So, there's some good performances and stuff, but ultimately it just trails off and there's no point to it at all, basically.
A better ending would be Scatman Crothers packs up his stuff and leaves, and it's just like really long shots of him like on a plane. And then a taxi, and he just pulls up at the Overlook Hotel, and it's a prequel to The Shining. He's just been using these powers to mess with old people. Yeah.
I did imagine another alternative ending for me, which was when the lad who stays young.
Aye.
When he's climbing out the window and he's all like, tally-ho, and stuff. Yeah. And you hear him like going down the street. In my head, I just imagined the noise of like a police siren, like, woo, woo. Like he just gets stopped further down the street. He doesn't actually get anywhere.
Well, Dan Aykroyd just fucking knocks him over. As the beast driving the car, something. There you go. That ties it on.
You just hear a quiet like Aykroyd going, you want to see something scary?
Yeah. And
then and I distinctly remember at the time reading reviews that people fucking hated this segment as well. Mm-hmm. There was definitely
it's always been the most like almost everyone that has watched this film go, yeah, this Spielberg one, and that's rare. People go, the Spielberg part was shit in 1983.
Yeah, interesting. I've never really seen what he thinks of it or whether he. I'm
sure just generally he fucking just doesn't want to talk at all about Twilight Zone, the movie, just because of the John Landis thing. I think I did read that he didn't rush this, but like, it was quick for a Spielberg shoot of the time because he just wants the John. Because I think that was the John Landis one was the first one shot, wasn't it? So it just put a massive fucking damper on the entire movie. Yeah,
Like, good God, that's some bad luck.
Because that's the thing I've seen people say, like it's like crazy that they didn't just cancel it then and there. Once it happened, like you're only like a few weeks into shooting, just fucking cancel it. That's enough. Yeah. It's a good reason to fucking cancel something.
You've got the investors and the backers. I guess I don't know.
Just mental,
crazy. Yeah, to just power on. But yeah, moving on though. Let's talk about some positives though, because I think it remarkably jumps up in quality when you get to It's a Good Life segment.
Yeah, classic. We love a bit of Joseph Dante. Yeah,
we do indeed. And it's unmistakably Joe Dante, like straight away.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't know, you'd be like, who did this? There's something about this. That's familiar.
Yeah. I mean, straight away, first person he sees Dick Miller. So.
Say, if you did get it just by the way it looks, then Dick Miller would give it away.
You'd be like, if you haven't seen it for a while, you're like, oh, who did it? Oh, I was Joe Dante. That's Dick Miller.
Bless Dick Miller turned up in everything.
With some fucking tattoos. Are those real tattoos?
They are.
Fucking hell, he looks hard as nails.
Yeah, he had I think he's got a proper like dad's like anchor tattoo on his arm.
Yeah, I thought maybe they were like military tattoos. Like, was he in the military or something? Because
he probably was. We should know this. I'm sure he was like either a cop or he was like in the military.
I was wondering. There's a documentary came out about him like 10 years ago called That Guy. I think it's just called That Guy Dick Miller or something, and it's supposed to be really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they mentioned it on the Red Letter videos that they did a 2-parter about Joe Dante stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I think they mentioned that, and I thought, oh yeah, that is something I need to check out.
Yeah, it's been on my mind to watch for ages. Yeah, I'll have to track it down. Yeah.
But yeah, bless him. God rest his soul. Always playing the working man and stuff.
Yeah, just always reliable Dick Miller. Yeah. Even though you turned up in some shite, but you were like, oh, thank God Dick Miller's here. It was a shit.
Something to hang your hat on.
Yeah,
be happy about.
Like the first half is Chopping Mall when it's like a bit dull. You're just waiting for Dick Miller to pop up before it kicks off and stuff.
Hey. But yeah, I love this idea. I love firstly the main actress, Kathleen Quinlan. I think she plays really good. Part in it. The only real thing that I know off the top of my head, she was in Event Horizon. So shout out to Event Horizon. Yeah,
it was long because I was like, I know her name is so familiar. And I was like, I know her from, she's in that Kurt Russell movie Breakdown, I think. She plays his wife. I think that's who she plays. I know she's in it, but I think she plays his wife that goes missing. But yeah, I saw she was in Event Horizon. I was like, oh shit, I don't remember her in that. But yeah.
So just like the straight person to all the madness in it. She plays it really nice.
I honestly haven't watched that since we did it on the show like 10 years ago. I'll have to rewatch it again.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously the Kevin McCarthy.
Yep, another regular, yeah.
A Joe regular. But I love how the family's like just fucking petrified.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
I guess did they really cover it? But like, none of them are his real relatives.
No, these just people he's kidnapped basically and forced to stay with him.
And it's interesting. Like, I think that this kind of story's been done so many times in sci-fi. The like the creepy kid who's got powers.
Yeah.
Like Star Trek's done it multiple times. Kid with godlike powers, and everyone's like shitting themselves around the kid and stuff. But I like how it kind of it doesn't immediately let you know that's what's happening. No. You don't know what's happening at first.
Tell you one thing though, before we get into the main bit of it, that bit where she fucking backs up into his bike. Yeah. They just really make him do that. It looks so nasty.
It does, doesn't it?
I genuinely pissed myself and I had to watch it again. I was like, was that a fucking stunt man or just a very willing child? Jesus.
A really small stunt man, maybe. Obviously, I guess it's implied that he like put himself in that position.
Oh, yeah.
To draw in.
I meant to check, is that kid from something else in the 80s? Because he looks so familiar.
Yeah, I can't actually remember either.
I thought it was the kid from that movie Daryl. That I think it's like a kid that goes into space. I always remember from when I was a kid, but I can't fucking remember it. I'm gonna have a look.
Is the character called Anthony? Is that?
I think so.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I think he just has that look.
He just looks like a typical 80s kid.
Yeah, like the ball haircut and stuff. I think that's what they were going for. Like, he's just the kid that you see on the street. Sort of. He could be any kid. No, I don't think so.
I can't bloody find him. I'll cut all this silence out. 2 seconds.
Bit of Googling segment. Yeah, he's not been in a ton of stuff, has he?
No, he must just look like someone else.
Yeah, he's the kid from... he's not actually the kid, but he's the kid from The Navigator. He's the kid from E.T. It's just that look,
that
basically.
80s kid, yeah.
Yeah.
He should have a documentary made about him where the interview's just going, so were you in Flight the Navigator? Nope. Were you in this? Nope. All right.
Oh, who are you then?
Just a guy from Twilight Zone movie. All right.
I think this potentially is probably my favourite segment.
Yeah, I would say so. I do love the next one as well, the Lithgow one. It ends strong, the movie, I would say.
Yeah. But yeah, this one just, it has very, like the Joe Dante sort of thing running through it with the Looney Tunes and stuff.
I love just
puppets,
all the
like,
just the way the house is shot. Because obviously, I think the kid's supposed to have like created the house himself, so it looks all fucking weird and cartoony.
Yeah.
And the mad matte painting of like the weird curved corridor and the lighting and stuff. It's
Yeah.
great. And that fucking Rob Bottin's mental effects as well.
Yeah, all the monsters.
The rabbit in the hat. It's terrifying.
It really is. Yeah, and then just that fucking thing at the end.
Yeah, that's like an acid trip or something. That's so fucking weird.
How it like changes every camera shot.
Yeah.
There's like 6 of them or something in
Yeah,
total.
that's it.
It's crazy. But I like the arc. I like they've crammed it in a bit, but she's like resigns to be his like, I don't know, like moderator to make sure he doesn't destroy the world or something.
Yeah, it just feels a bit rushed, that's all. Like, it's a good ending.
Yeah.
It just seems to come out of nowhere. She just makes this decision. Like, I'm going to spend my entire life making sure this kid doesn't destroy the world.
Yeah. So, okay, I mean, you could have spent at least a day in there, though.
Yeah.
To make your mind up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good, memorable bit. Like I said, the movie sort of ends stronger than it starts. We'll say that.
Tell you one thing, though, that mad meal they have just like burgers with peanut butter on it and fucking
Sweets and
fucking
sugar.
candy apples. Like, if you watch fucking Kevin McCarthy, he looks like he's fucking loving it. He's like, he hasn't had his tea and he's just like, nom, nom.
He does, doesn't he? He totally goes for it.
Yeah, everyone else, you can tell everyone else is like, oh, for fuck's sake, and they're just taking little bites.
He probably like hasn't. He's been punished and he hasn't eaten in like 3 days. Or
Yeah,
something.
that was his
Probably.
motivation.
Because he does play a great character. I will say that.
He always
about him.
does. I always love him.
So
He's
burnt
got
out.
such a good face, I think, Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, like super animated
Yeah.
or something. Great bad guy in Inner Space. Like, love it.
I fucking love that
Love
bit
his
where
portrayal.
they're trying to make a call in the phone box and they're both tiny at the end.
I always stuck in my head the bit with the dog. I mean, we could just talk about Inner Space now, but
Yeah.
like when the dog begs and he's like, "Never beg." I don't know why that always tickled me. Such a crime boss thing to say. Moving swiftly on to Nightmare at 20,000 feet.
Yeah.
To wrap it all up, obviously Shatner was the original actor for this one, and kind of beat for beat the same sort of thing basically.
Yeah,
this
pretty
one.
much, yeah.
Just somebody that's shit scared of flying, but there's something going on out there
with
on
good
the wing.
reason this time, yeah. I was reading, because I never really watched Third Rock from the Sun that much, but apparently they made a reference to it when Shatner was in Third Rock from the Sun. They said, he's like, the flight was terrible, there was someone on the wing, and Lithgow's like, me too!
Yeah, it's a cool shout out to it. The monster on the wing is done really well.
It's great. When you just see it like with clouds going by, and it's like it's George Miller's done that same technique he does in some parts of Mad Max, where it's like weirdly sped up. Like it almost looks cartoony, but it looks creepy in this when it's just you can just see the shadow ripping apart the plane and stuff. It's so good.
You just see enough.
Yeah. And when it gets close, it's not disappointing either. It looks fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Is it another Rob Bottin?
It might be. I think he did.
Yeah,
I think he was the general effects guy in all of them. Maybe. I'll have a look.
Yeah, so maybe it makes sense. Because I do remember being genuinely freaked out by this as a
For years, when I think of the Twilight Zone movie, I'd think of the start with the jump scare and just this, and then I'd go, what are the other ones again?
Yeah, I guess it's just like bad memories stick in your head more, basically.
Oh, yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
So being scared is like a classic
Which
thing.
is probably why when I thought of the first story, I always thought this helicopter scene was in it, because it's a fucking awful, it's an awful thing, so that just stuck in my head.
John Lithgow, though, obviously, just... What could I say?
Just
like,
let's go. Having a fucking anxiety attack for 20 minutes, basically.
Like, what was he channeling to get there?
He must have been.
Jesus.
I bet he was knackered, like emotionally knackered after the shoot.
Like, imagine that his prep was don't sleep for 2 days.
He looks like it, yeah.
And get super sweaty, don't shower, be hungover. It's because he just looks like a total mess.
He does.
A frazzled mess, basically.
Here's something interesting, though. I was saying, I was reading or listening to Paul Stanley from Kiss's autobiography.
Yeah.
The blonde flight attendant. She's called Donna Dixon, and she's in. She's the dream woman in Wayne's World that Garth loves and stuff, and a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But at one point, Paul Stanley was dating her, and then he got a bit paranoid about things, and then months later he found out she married Dan Aykroyd, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, Dan Aykroyd stole hair from Paul Stanley.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, did they meet on this film? Who knows?
No, it was that movie, that big flop Aykroyd did called Dr. Detroit, like either the same year, the year before.
Shit, yeah.
We met on that.
Right.
Yeah. And then got married not long after, and then Paul Stanley had no fucking idea. Poor guy.
Random bit of trivia.
Yeah, it was just a weird coincidence, and I've just been reading that the past couple of days, and then she turns up in this with Aykroyd. I was like, perfect timing.
I love the ending of this, though, obviously, because, you could see this movie, you could see this segment as ambiguous until the very end.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, is he just saying, something?
Yeah, I'd forgot about that, to be honest. I was like, oh, so it's just all in his head. And I was like, oh, no, of course, they look at the engine, don't they?
Yeah, it's all tore up the shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So, scary. Some sort of mad sky demon.
Yeah, it's like that's the reason for plane crashes all the time. Sky demons, yeah.
They just never have the evidence because the plane's all wrecked up and stuff, usually.
Yeah. And of course, the book ended with Dan Aykroyd being the ambulance driver, which is always gives us a chuckle. Yeah,
yeah, it is nice. Yeah, just his little face and stuff. Classic Aykroyd.
Puts the Creedence back on and goes like, "I love Creedence."
Yeah, it's a good ending.
It is.
I suppose we can't not mention the Treehouse of Horror episode, of course, in The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, what's that again?
When Bart's on the bus.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
It's literally just a remake of this, but it's on the school bus.
I thought you meant a reference to the end, but I forgot they did the whole Gremlin on the bus thing, didn't they?
Yeah. At the end, where like Homer's like cradling the monster and it tries to claw his face off.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Classic. So yeah, that's the movie basically.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those like it's hard because of the horrible thing that happened and like. It's a bit patchy. It's like it almost feels like a wasted opportunity in a way. You know what I mean? It's like it should be better. Put it that way.
Yeah,
because of the talent, the talent involved and stuff.
Exactly, like people at the top of the career and stuff.
Yeah,
and Spielberg should have come out swinging on that with something really like where people go, "Fucking hell, that Spielberg segment."
Yeah.
So yeah, missed opportunity. Doomed from the start, pretty much.
I mean, if you could get like as far as anyone else who was like kind of bigger genre directors at the time, like I was trying to think of who else could have done a segment. Like I would have liked to have seen John Carpenter do a segment. That's the only one I can really think of that would fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Or like George Lucas or something.
Yeah,
Spielberg
why not?
Friend. Yeah. But it's great choice. Obviously, death aside, like the choice of directors that were involved, was on paper would have been a real genius idea. People would be like, how can this not succeed? Like with these four guys.
People that were like you gotta remember as well, people like Joe Dante, like Spielberg as well, like all of them were on the rise. They weren't seasoned. This is only 1983. They've only made like a handful of movies, so yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, shame really. Always have a fond place for it in me heart, like as a kid watching it and stuff. I think we talked about this when we weren't recording, but like I have this weird false memory of like it was new, it was coming out, and I was looking forward to it coming out. But obviously, no way because it was 83.
It would have been like 2.
But, yeah, I'm not going to be like, I was there at the cinema as a 2-year-old.
You're all like, Mom, can we go see the Twilight Zone, the movie? Your dad's like, something wrong with that kid.
I don't like this.
Why is that the only thing he can say?
Like a Twilight Zone thing in itself. Yeah. But I guess it must have been coming on TV.
It was probably on like
probably
late 80s coming on TV over Halloween or Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Because they used to, we were saying the other night, when there was a film coming on TV, you'd hear about it. If it was a big Hollywood movie and it was like a premiere or something. So
in my mind, that was probably like, it's new and it's coming out and I'm going to be the first person to see it. Something in me childhood. To random.
But yeah, it's enjoyable. I think it's a decent watch,
Yeah.
But you'd probably be better off just like picking the 4 episodes or the 3 episodes they're based on and watching them, maybe. We should have done that at some point, like done the movie and the episodes they were based on. That would have been interesting.
Well, there's time. Maybe we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we could do a sequel show, yeah.
So, shall we move on to the Frederick movies?
Let's move on to old Frederick Carl Krueger.
Champion Cinema.
So, Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984, directed by Wesley Earl Craven. It's his real name. I'm not taking the piss there.
It's Cravendale, I believe, actually.
Wesley Earl Cravendale, the second. It stars Heather Langenkamp as Nancy Thompson, John Saxon, of course, as Lieutenant Thompson. Ronnie Blakely as Marge Thompson. Jonathan Bartholomew Depp as Glenn. Amanda Weiss, or is it Weiss? I think it's Weiss. Amanda Weiss as Tina.
Weiss.
Nick Corey as Rad. And Robert Englund as Fred Krueger. I can remember in the first one, his name is Fred. Not Freddy yet.
So he's more chill.
Yes.
Yeah. He hasn't got the fun aspect of being a child murdering pedo.
Definitely not. He's just Al fucking Grot in the first one. But yeah, of course, spawned one of the most popular horror franchises of all time, and it basically saved New Line Cinema. That was kind of on the skids at that time. They needed a hit, and this is what it got them. So
I love that, like that line that people say, like the house that Freddy built.
it basically was, yeah. If it wasn't for Freddy, like
New
New
Line.
Line would not exist anymore. So you wouldn't have all them fucking Lord of the Rings films, basically. So all you fucking nerds can thank Freddy.
I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we've both got a fucking... Like, I'm much more of like a Friday the 13th fan, but like I've always, growing up, Freddy was like, I got a soft spot for the Freddy movies because I was fucking terrified before I ever saw them of just the image of Freddy. And I can't remember what started it, but I do remember a specific time where like I was already scared of Freddy, and when the video shop and my brother had like one of the boxes, maybe Freddy's Revenge, tapped us on the shoulder and just went, "Run!" Shoved it in my face, and I fucking shit myself. Ran out the shop crying.
Jesus.
And then I ran to the car. My mum came up and was like, "Come back in the shop. You can rent whatever you want." And I was like, "Mint." So I rented First Blood Part 2. I was like, "That's a good bonus." And Paul was like, "No, it's not fair."
What a great movie though as well.
I know.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't see it till I remember just being shit scared of Freddy, and then it came on TV once. Well, it was on when first year Wednesday, and our friend Steve was like, "Oh, my brother taped you, and I come over after school and watch it." And I was like, "Yes, be a man." I was 9.
Yeah.
And then after I was like, I enjoyed that, and that's kind of what got us more into horror. It was essentially Nightmare on Elm Street. So
Yeah, and it's same here. Like such an early memory of seeing this movie.
I mean, with you, it's essentially your brother forced you to fucking watch it.
He did. Like one of my strongest memories as a child is I was already on the come down from the previous violent scene, and the bit in the jail when the bedding's going around the guy's neck.
Oh yeah.
And at that point, I was like, do you want a cup of tea, Kevin? I'm going to make a cup of tea. And Kevin was like, shut up, sit down. Watch it.
Be a fucking pussy.
I was just trying to get out the room, basically. Before, is it Rod? Yeah, I think it's Rod.
Rod,
Character. At that point, I think I just reached a point of like, there was too much horror in my brain and I needed to leave, basically. But yeah, he didn't let us. He made us stay and watch it.
Well, I remember like being that shit scared of Freddy. There was an advert that used to come on TV all the time, like for Sky, like buy Sky now. All these films available, and it had a very brief clip of Freddy in it. And I saw it once. I was like, "Fuck, that was Freddy." And then every time it would come on, I'd be like, "I'm going to the toilets." And I think my mum eventually caught on to what I was doing, and she was just like, "Fucking sit down."
Yeah, like ignoring the fact that you've got like some sort of mad urinary
I've got some bladder issue.
No, honestly, I didn't in the toilet.
I just fucking pass out, just like, "All right." Shit,
Not a thing.
it's not Freddy then. But yeah, the first one, I mean, I do enjoy all of them to a point, but I will say the quality goes down with each. I think it's one of those series where like you could literally rank them in order that came out, with the exception of maybe I probably like Freddy's Dead more than 5.
Yeah,
because Freddy's Dead's goofy to the point where it's so stupid. It's just you don't care. It's enjoyable. Yeah.
They lend too much into the humor. I mean, I would go one further and say the Freddy franchise takes a massive nosedive, like 1 minute 25 into this movie, basically. The ending, I'll just say that. We'll get to it, but...
Oh, shit, you said 1 minute 25?
Sorry, 1 hour, 1 hour, 25 minutes.
I like the credits, it's shite.
Yeah, although we'll come back to the credits. But yeah, sorry, 1 hour, 25 minutes. The franchise takes a massive nosedive and doesn't recover.
You know what I was
thinking?
Like, I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, there's another director that always does this, like Craven and James Wan, who did like The Conjuring and Insidious. James Wan's like the modern Wes Craven, where there's usually always something in a Wes Craven movie or a James Wan movie. I'm go, oh, why the fuck did he do that? And it knocks a half a star off. And with this, it's the fucking ending. But to be honest, that wasn't Craven's fault. That was a shitty studio note. Yeah.
Yeah. Like make it snappy.
You need a jump scare, like a Carrie ending or Friday the 13th ending or something. So, yeah.
but before we get too far into it,
Yes.
like the starting, I love the starting.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
I love how scummy it is.
Yeah.
Basically, I love that it's the weird aspect ratio of like Kruger working on his stuff.
Yeah.
The glove, I guess, and then just the way the red titles over black, and they're like, yeah, and you're like, oh, that's where it's at.
Yeah, I was going to say, shout
horror.
out to fucking Charles Bernstein's score. It's so good. Like the doom, 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 the theme.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
all the like upbeat synth stuff that's in it and stuff. It's such a good score.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, this for all the ending is like weak.
It's pock.
The very ending.
Yeah.
There's some fucking pure cinema moments.
Oh,
in
yeah.
this movie that I ones where like you would see a black and white picture of it in a book, a certain scene, and you'd be like, oh, that scene.
Yeah.
You know, like I always attribute movies like this when I'm reading like a book about classic films or like cinema in general. And I see these like little images and think, yeah, fuck me.
Yeah.
There's just certain scenes that stick in your head. Like, you know, the Tina on the ceiling with Rod reaching up to her.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
what a
such
great shot.
And that's such just a fucking grim scene. Like when you compare that to the deaths when they would get more fantastical, it's night and fucking day when you think about it. And that
Should
awful
just
shot of
been
the
stabbed.
Yeah, the shot of the shirt ripping open, then the cuts, and then a hand's grabbing it, and the blood just pours out. It's fucking awful.
Yeah. The way she just drops down like
Oh yeah,
a piece of meat.
and that awful
basically. It's
floppy
like-
sound, like as she hits the ground.
Yeah. It's like a mad contrast to the rest of the franchise, basically.
Yeah.
Like they peaked early with the violence.
I will say, like we've said, and we did 2. Like 2 is still just as dark. Probably in parts maybe a little bit darker, but 1's the better film. I would say still.
Yeah. To be fair, like I mean, I said that the franchise nosedives 1 hour 25 minutes, but the second one, there's some good bits.
Oh,
in it.
yeah.
And, yeah, I do give that more of a pass. So maybe it's like the beginning of the Troubles is 1 hour 25 minutes, and then it really nosedives after that.
I don't think it nosedives for me. I just think they get a little bit. I like them a little bit less. Like I enjoy Dream Warriors. I like the 4th one. It's got some good moments, good effects and stuff. But the 5th one's the odd one out because it feels like, I don't know, it's a weird vibe. It feels really dark and grimy in that one, and then there's some just daft shit. And then, like I said, I enjoy Freddy's Dead because it's just a fucking comedy, basically. So
yeah, I just think like what would a franchise like this look like if Freddy had remained like, you know, the way he is through like the rest of the movies?
I know they'd have to just get darker, I guess, and that's probably why they didn't. And also, his popularity when something like this gets that popular, the main thing in the head is, well, how can we make him more appealing? And then fucking 5 years later, you've got like Freddy pajamas. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Like,
you wouldn't get like John Wayne Gacy pajamas. So why does Freddy get pajamas?
So random.
Fucking when I was a kid, I had a toy Freddy glove like most kids did, and I was like, shit me pants when I saw it in a shop. I was like, I need that.
It just had some random appeal to like kids, I guess.
Yeah, well, because they made him a clown. Basically, they made him a fucking clown.
True. Yeah. I will say though, I was thinking about it is an interesting sort of like thought experiment or shower thought or something, but like it's weird that like Freddy, like what's the movie? I know it's not trying to say anything because it's just a dumb horror movie. Well, not fair. It's more than that. But what I'm trying to say is like, you know, he's a child murderer, and then some vigilantes kill him.
Yeah.
So he comes back for revenge. Like. Yeah. I don't know. I think in some ways, if I was going to be a bit more hoity-toity about this movie, I would be like, would it not work better if he was like wrongly killed?
Well, that's one thing that they hinted at. They were like putting like a red herring in the remake. They tried to put it for a moment. You were like, I thought, oh shit, are they going to go this way? That he was actually wrongly killed, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But
no, they didn't. Yeah. So they leaned full on into the paedophile stuff instead.
Yeah.
Which is often people forget. Like he's a child murderer. They toned it down for the first movie.
Robert Englund has someone asked him about that. I saw a clip recently where he was saying like, well, that was the plan. That he was supposed to be like a child molester and stuff, but there was something happening at the time.
Yeah, there was like kids in California.
Yeah, and they thought like, oh, let's get rid of that because it seems like we're like exploiting a recent story. So they just.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good of them. Yeah, it's funny. The guy who made Last House on the Left was like, "Let's not exploit this." He'd obviously grown up a bit in the 10 years.
But yeah, what do you think? Do you think it would work better as like he's a man that's wronged, come back for revenge, or does it not bother you?
It doesn't bother us really, but it's an interesting way to go with it. That's kind of what when I was watching the remake and thinking this is shite, and then they started doing that. I was like, are they going to do that? Because that would be interesting, just to flip it, like change. Like, everyone's sitting there knowing what's going to happen. If they just change it like that would have been interesting. But
yeah, I think so. Yeah. But yeah, as it is, like that's not what they were trying to do. They're just trying to do a wrong and comes back in people's dreams and kills people.
Yeah, because Craven said it's on the Never Sleep Again doc that it was like based on a story he read in a newspaper about some kid who didn't want to go to sleep because he was terrified, and then he ended up just dying in his sleep. And Craven was like, "That's a fucking movie," which it's just a fascinating idea. And of course, that story he's told a bunch of times about just some hobo guy terrifying him at night. It's a horrible story. That
I like some of the. For years, it always like bothered me about the whole cutting his fingers off and stuff. I always thought like, why does he do all this stuff?
Yeah,
as well. But I like the idea of like he's having to like build power. Like he gets more powerful the more scared his victims are. Something.
That totally works. Yeah.
And so I don't know. I like some of the like elements that I don't know. There's room there to like make your own mind up about what's happening in the movie. Yeah, as well.
Yeah, I've always just thought of it as just he's just trying to terrify them. But it makes sense that if he gets more powerful, the more that he feeds on the fear, basically. So,
like he needs the power to like murder them ultimately, or something.
Which they kind of hint at in a way with the later films where like people have forgotten about him, so he just doesn't exist anymore. Like they try to hide him, type of thing. Yeah, and I suppose this movie does. It kind of acknowledges that in a way when she says, like, I'm taking back exactly, the
power and stuff. Yeah. So I like that the character's not like super complex. At least in this movie, he isn't like some bloody nun rapist child something or other, as they'll go into later in the franchise. But like he's just a wrong and basically he's killing people.
And it's almost like we were saying about that Twilight Zone episode. Like there's a lot of stuff you don't need to know. That like they could explain, but they don't. Like, how is he doing this? How is he like? They're obviously trying to explain this in later films, but like, how the fuck did he manage to come back and haunt your dreams and really kill you?
I think like that would massively get in the way. Of
I don't want it there. Don't worry. Yeah, because that's like what you don't know is scarier. So.
In the remake, they would be like, "Oh, Freddy was into voodoo or something," and you'd be like, you don't need to know that, man. It's just fucking hell." Yeah.
For some reason, 3 worm things were like, "We're gonna give you mad powers, Freddy," and he's like, "Give it to me," like in Freddy's days.
Like, oh god, I didn't need to know this.
I rewatched that bit a few weeks ago because I was just like, I want to watch that bit in 3D again. So there's the few minutes of that in 3D on YouTube, and I was just like, God, I forgot how ham-handed that is. Like, where these fuckers come from?
Yeah, where have they been the entire time? Yeah. Oh god.
Speaking of effects and stuff, though, like you were saying about the finger, you know what effect always blows my mind, and considering how it was done, the bit where he comes through the wall and looks over Nancy, and it like stretches, that looks fucking insane to this day. Still,
it almost like CGI.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like a digital effect, but it's not. It's crazy. It looks so slick.
I guess just him with like polyurethane. Some sort of material.
It looks like just like a rubber sheet or something, but I'm sure they said it's literally just a sheet. But I'm like, it looks like rubber, and it's because the way they've lit it, obviously, but it looks amazing.
Yeah. Just creates mad shadows. Because there's a lot of like creative stuff going on, like the bath bit and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like the shot between her legs. It's such a great like framed bit.
And that's a bit I was talking. Well, I don't think we talked about this in the show, but like when I rewatched the remake a few years ago to give it another chance, and they do that scene shot for shot, but there's just no tension in the remake for some reason. I was like, how did you fuck that up?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's so bizarre.
Just sometimes you just can't quite quantify what it is that makes something what it is, but I don't know. So yeah, there's some great like moments. Like I said, just little bits throughout the movie, peppered through the movie, where you think, oh god, that was so cool and creative. The one bit that I noticed, like early on in the movie, like I forgot how early they established that the mum's like basically an alky.
Yeah, I was gonna fucking even when I first saw this as a kid, I was like, she's not a good actor.
yeah.
It's like she's in the fucking Bold and the Beautiful for the whole movie, and everyone else isn't.
The actress, I do agree with that. The actress is like well out of place amongst like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was cool though, like the detail when like Nancy comes down like very early in the movie. I think it's after her first nightmare, basically. Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
And like there's an open bottle on the bench.
Yeah.
But they don't like really like mention it or reference it or anything.
Yeah,
I
they kind of
thought,
make it more obvious the more the movie goes on. When she like slides it behind her back, and then she comes in her room and she's all, "Are you okay?" She's a bit pissed. Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. That Ronnie Blakely, she doesn't do a stellar job. Like
Yeah, because I know like the main thing she's known from before this is that Robert Altman movie Nashville, like the country music movie, and I think she was quite lauded for that. And I just don't know I've never seen that movie, so I don't know how she is in it, but she just stands out in this. Like she's in the wrong. She's reading a different script or something. It's someone else's directing it. It's fucked up.
maybe I guess it was just maybe she didn't have enough experience being drunk or something. No, you know what I mean? Like they were like, "Be a drunk," and she was like, "Oh, I don't really know what drunk is."
Yeah,
maybe she was teetotal. I don't know.
Maybe it could be that. Yeah, just some of the reactions she does is very soap opera. I keep expecting that like turn towards the camera, like no, doing that classic soap opera two shot. Yeah.
Should I tell you what? She's nae fucking John Saxon. I'll say that.
Who is? Nobody.
Because bloody hell, he steals the movie. He does. People think Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund's the main thing about this. It's not. It's John Saxon. That's where it's at.
The sax man.
He's great.
And, playing the character I'm sure he played the most in his career, a cop.
Basically, yeah. Lieutenant or a captain or something.
Okay, at some point in the mid-'80s or the early 90s, he was like, "Hey, you got a new script for me?" I went, "Oh, fuck's sake, I'm a cop again."
Yeah. Like, was it this movie that cemented him into that role, do you think?
He's a cop in Black Christmas 10 years before, so...
Yeah, I suppose maybe it's Black Christmas that cemented him. Yeah, I suppose we should shout out to Johnny Depp, age 12.
Yep,
of course.
Young Jonathan Depp, yeah.
Getting like killed because of that fucking fashion faux pas, that weird little high top that he's got on.
There's something about, I don't know what it was with the 80s where like everyone was calling each other fucking gay slurs all the time, but that was perfectly acceptable for macho sports jocks to wear. I don't get it.
Strange tank top thing he's got on. Mad. And to be fair, like, for all the great scenes, and I do think it's very memorable, the scene when he explodes into blood, but I just think it's kind of out of place as well as a death.
Well, it's one of those
Johnny
things.
Depp's death.
It's one of those things where, like, Wes Craven always says he hates the second one because they broke all the rules. Like, Freddy's just wandering around killing kids in the real world. But I'm like, then how the fuck does Johnny Depp's mother see the hole in the bed and the blood coming out of it? If that's Cindy's dream, that doesn't make fucking sense.
Like, does he just put him in a giant blender in the dream? Like, I don't know. It's the whole thing's weird. Really,
oh yeah, like what's he doing? Has he got like two massive gloves and he's just going?
Like it's a missed opportunity to see a dream death.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a bit out of place. Like it's almost like a death that would be in like the third or fourth movie,
true.
basically.
Yeah.
Where it's like way over the top, where everyone else is like they get slashed up or strangled. But he explodes into blood. Mad.
I imagine probably the reason is they just wanted to get use out of that rotating room that they used for Tina's death. So they were like, "I want to fucking use that again. We can't just use it in one scene."
Yeah, probably like all the budget went on that one set piece, basically.
Because that stuff's amazing now. It's just a big fucking rotating set. So, when you see them
really
like
clever.
Some of the behind the scenes photos, you're like, "That's so clever." Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the same shit they did in, like, what's that? Is it Freddy Stair, where he dances up the wall and dances on the ceiling and stuff? It's the same technology from one of those.
Oh yeah, movies. It is. Yeah, well, they're just on a big crank.
Yeah,
they're just the
camera's like locked down.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I do
some fun observations though. Or
no, go ahead. Yeah.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say, it's kind of the same thing, like the Evil Dead nod in this, and then they would do a nod to Freddy in Evil Dead 2, and that started with like. Was it in Hills Have Eyes? He had a Jaws poster ripped in half.
Yeah.
And then in Evil Dead, there's a Hills Have Eyes poster ripped in half. And then Evil Dead shown in this, and then they put the glove in Evil Dead 2 on the wall and stuff. Little back and forth they had. Yeah. And also, just caught on this time, like, they show Evil Dead in this, and Nancy wakes up with a white streak in her hair, and in Evil Dead 2, Bruce Campbell gets a white streak in his hair.
Yeah,
I've never realised that before, but it might not be intentional, but it's a cool little
it seems
coincidence.
Very deliberate, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I could believe. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, like, some interesting takeaways that I made note of watching it again.
Yeah.
Freddy labels his hat.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
When she pulls the hat out and it's got his name in it, I think it's just a cute little thing. He's a child murderer and stuff, and he's now like a ghost demon. He's still labeling his hat though, just in case he loses it.
Yeah, well, everyone labelled shit back then, man.
He's a practical guy.
Yeah.
I like the whole Home Alone section. I always forget about the Home Alone section at the end.
Yeah,
Which is like
that's the part as well where I go like, this is almost bordering on a little bit too goofy, but it's fun goofy.
yeah, like I'll give it a pass.
Yeah.
I'll give it a pass. But very Home Alone-y.
It is, especially when like fucking Freddy just gets the fucking sledgehammer in the ribs and then falls over the banister. It's a bit like you just need to add like
Slapstick.
into that and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe those were the early kernels of like the comedy coming through, basically. I guess,
a little
those
bit.
bits.
Yeah.
I like that there's a bit where Nancy shouts, "That's enough," as she's leaving the house during that first argument with her mum. So there you go. I need to do a supercut of "That's
People
enough"
yelling "That's
from
enough."
Yeah. Yeah, cool. I like finally. I like at the end where Nancy's like screaming out the window, like "I've got him, he's in here," and she's like smashing all the windows and stuff.
Yeah.
And that cop's just stood there going, "Bloody kids!"
Yeah.
And then like it's after like 4 windows are smashed or something. He's like, "Maybe I should tell the lieutenant."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you probably should, because his daughter's just bricking all the windows in his house.
My for a bit for just like stuff like that, like just like, yeah, but fucking just dadisms basically is when Glenn's dad is just like, I think that kid's some kind of lunatic or something. Drinking his beer. It's like, you heartless bastard.
Yeah, totally. Like, come on, the friend just died. Jesus.
Proper dad fucking things. He's probably fucking mental or something.
It's a nice like twist. Usually it's the boy that's being like tarred with that brush, isn't it? So it's flipped it around. It's a girl getting.
I will say as well, I think Heather Langenkamp is like Nancy's probably my favourite like heroine in a slasher movie. I've always liked Nancy.
Yeah. There's something about her, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like she has an older quality. Like for all she's like super young.
Yeah.
There's something like old about her,
Yeah.
like not in a bad way, but
No.
mature. It's kind of like the Carrie Fisher, like Princess Leia thing.
Yeah.
Like fucking she was 12 in the original Star Wars or something. When she was 18?
19, I think. Yeah.
19. But like she has like a gravitas about her.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same with Heather Langenkamp.
I mean, it helps as well with Heather Langenkamp, considering she looks more haggard as it goes along. We're not sleeping. Then you get the grey hair. I love that line as well, which is like, oh my God, I look 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's such a teenager thing to say. Yeah. And it just makes you feel old as fuck watching it in your mid-40s. Yeah.
Because the other 15, I think that's how old they're supposed to be.
Well, I thought they were like maybe 17 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's mentioned at one point that somebody's 15.
Oh, okay. Because they all look 25.
Well, kids in America.
Yeah, that's the 30-year-olds as high school students and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I suppose like we've touched on it already, but the shit ending, like it's a sad like full stop on the movie.
I'm sure you've seen all the alternate endings on the Blu-rays and stuff. How like there's one with Freddy driving the car. There's one where the same thing happens, but it just at the end is just the car driving away in slow motion. There's one where I think when Nancy just walking down the street into the fog, and then they were like, "Nah, we need something punchier. Have Freddy drag his mother's fucking blow up doll through a fucking window."
Yeah, because I think that's the thing. It's like it's a bit of a throwaway thing that they all just like, "Oh, we're alive again," but then immediately they're like, "Oh no, we're basically dead again." But then it's probably the dummy. That's
it's the dummy for me,
thing.
because if you can look at if it just ended the way it was, it'd be like she didn't defeat Freddy. It was just he's just tricking her, and he's just still in the dream type of thing. So everything that happened from when she woke up, she was still dreaming. Yeah, strange choice. I like how they just don't really explain any of that when she comes back in Dream Warriors. They're just like, I'm just fine. he killed me mum and things.
Something or other.
Yeah, it's just she goes, so what happened? And then, I'm now here. Say what? No.
I suppose it's a difficult one. Like, how do you end the Freddy movie satisfyingly?
Well, that's
the first.
You can't, really.
No, that's what I mean. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Yeah.
Because, there's no... But besides killing Freddy, there's no happy ending for Nancy. Her mum's still an alky, or dead, depending if that fucking actually happened. Glenn's dead. Both our other Tina and fucking Rod are dead. She's going to be scarred for life going through this.
Yeah. Unless the only thing they could do is if the whole thing was a nightmare. They do a Dallas.
Yeah.
She wakes up and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And they literally just commit to that. Like the whole movie, it's just been one big nightmare of hers.
Yeah. And then
But that wouldn't be satisfying.
And there'd be no sequels.
Maybe, yeah. So yeah, fascinating. Fascinating, like how much it exploded, and I mean, obviously, horror was well on its way anyway in the 80s, but it just like massively. I mean, it put a rocket under horror, is what helped put a rocket under horror.
Although it obviously this was a hit because it spawned a sequel and all that, but I think it really it became mainstream with 3. 3 was the one where it became like MTV Freddy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even so, though, you compare this to all the other early 80s slashers. This does stand apart, and like as far as it has a unique style. It's not just a cookie cutter slasher movie. Even comparing it to like ones I like the Burn and Friday the 13th and stuff. It has a specific tone to it and stuff.
It's mad, really, when you think about it. That there's only like 4 characters, main characters.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like 3 deaths. The kill count's quite low, basically.
Yeah.
This and Halloween, I suppose, are like movies that you think are like bloodbaths in terms of kill count, but not really. Like,
yeah. A little tidbit I just thought randomly interesting. Found this out a few weeks ago watching one of Sean Clark's videos on YouTube where he was doing like visited the high school and like all the places it was shot and stuff. The guy who gets up and reads the poem in the classroom, I think it's Daryl Hannah's brother. Random.
Really?
Yeah. And watching this time, I was like, he's got a bit of the Cody Rhodes about him. He looks a bit like a floppy-haired Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that is random.
I always like that bit, though, when you can tell when she's falling asleep because he starts whispering the poem. It's really creepy.
Yeah,
and he's like, I have bad
capture
dreams. Yeah, it's really creepy.
Yeah, there's some creative stuff then, like, running at the girl and the...
the no running in the hallway. That's classic, yeah. Generally, like, creepy moment,
Yeah.
And also, I'll go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say the Who Framed Roger Rabbit guy.
Yeah,
well.
he's the sleep doctor guy.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I was going to say that what we're talking about, once again, not on the show, that stuntman, Anthony, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, Cesare or Caesar, like Cecera, who does the fire stunt at the end, that insane fire stunt where he walks upstairs and falls down the stairs on fire all in one shot. It's insane. But didn't realise until recently that he also does the fire stunt in The Thing. The one that gets hit by dynamite. He's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on fire in Ghostbusters. And he doubles Arnie when he's on fire punching through the windscreen at Terminator. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that would be a great pub trivia question. Who played the Terminator and Freddy? For no one.
Yeah, crazy. What a guy. Unsung heroes, basically, of movies.
Yeah, the stuntman. I'm so glad. I mean, it's a bit kind of more redundant these days, but I'm glad next year we're getting the best fucking stunt award at the Oscars and shit. Finally.
Yeah, they need to do like a posthumous like stuntman category, don't they?
Definitely. Fucking hell. Yeah. Last thing, this has pissed me off for years. The song on the end credits, Nightmare, by a band called 213. It's never been available anywhere. It's not on any soundtrack. It's never been released. And I've always liked that song a lot. I always end up singing along to it once the film's over. I never skip the credits.
One of the things where I just fell into like rights hell. Basically.
Yeah, or it was just like some people were theorizing years ago, and like I think I found a Reddit thread like going, "Does anyone know where this song's available?" And some people were like, "Well, Johnny Depp at the time was in a band. Maybe it was his band, but he's not credited as one of the writers." So I don't know. Probably just some local band that they got it, and then they just disappeared.
Yeah, like cheap way to. Save a buck, basically, not get a big band.
Give them a couple $100, went go record it in the studio, and that was it. And then they just split up or something. A bit like that, the whole most mysterious song on the internet thing. Like, they were finally found, but I've always been curious about that, because I always liked that song. So Nightmare on Elm Street. Finally covered the first one. Finally. After 14 years or something.
It's so random that we haven't done it already.
I know.
But there you go, that's us all over.
So I suppose we'll move on to Frederick's Nightmares, which came around in 1988. So it was around just after the 4th movie came out, or maybe just before.
Yeah, I think it was 4th, yeah.
Ran for 2 seasons, included a bunch of notable like genre character actors you'd see at the time, and an early role of a certain Bradley Pitts in one episode.
Bloody hell.
So this is episode 1, called No More Mr. Nice Guy. It was directed by Toby Hooper of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'll say this for your benefit, Life Force fame.
Definitely. Like his best movie, arguably.
I was going to say, do you prefer Life Force to Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Probably.
I think you do, don't you? Yeah.
Just the sci-fi and the boobs, obviously, as well.
Yeah. This runs for 45 minutes and is one of less than a handful of episodes which where Freddy is actually a character and not just, the host, the Crypt Keeper type
popping up at the start. Yeah.
So it's a sequel, essentially. Hi, editing Chris. Yeah, it's a sequel, is it? It's a sequel. No, it's a prequel. You dick. Going into basically what the mum goes into in the first movie about how Freddy got off in the trial and all this stuff and what happened and him getting torched. So it stars Robert Englund as Freddy, Ian Patrick Williams as Lieutenant Timothy Blocker, Annie Curry as Sarah Blocker, Mark Herriot as Jean, William Frankfather as Robert Deeks, and Gry and Hilly Park as Lisa and Merritt Blocker. Biggest pet peeve of this: why the fuck aren't Nancy's parents part of the
Very strange.
Why isn't John Saxon the guy that puts the bones in the scrapyard? They've already established that he knows it's there in part 3. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. I guess they couldn't afford they couldn't get John Saxon, but I think it would have really elevated the TV series.
That's what I mean. It doesn't have to be John Saxon, just his character.
Just his character, yeah. But I reckon John Saxon would have been up for doing it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and it would have just really tied it nicely together. And it's cool that Freddy's or Robert Englund's in the first episode anyway. Yeah. But I just think it would be like a cooler thing to draw people in that John Saxon was in it as well, basically.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it might be. It's only 4. You got to remember, it's only 4 years after the original, but this is supposed to have taken place 15, 16 years before the original, so he would look out of place. But like I said, just his character would have been nice. I don't understand why not just have the character in there. It's weird.
Yeah, it's. I like the concept.
Oh yeah.
Kind of don't like anything. The execution of it, or I'll just start with what's with the Freddy vision.
Yeah.
Why do is that like Terminator thing? I don't know.
It's also cheap 80s video effects. Because you can tell it's one of those things that was shot on film, edited on video. It has that video look to it, but the effects are very 80s stock video effects, where it's just add green to stuff and that's about it. Yeah.
And it is a strange concept, I think, maybe for the first episode.
I mean, I bet it fucking disappointed a lot of people when they probably thought it was literally. That's probably why they did it. They thought it'll trick people into watching the next week when they think it's just Freddy the series when it wasn't.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what they were going for. Yeah, I just think it would have been better as a mid-season or a finale.
It could have been. It would have been a good finale, and I'm sure if you're looking at it from a storytelling point of view, it would work that way. But they were obviously just we need hook people straight away. So we'll do a Freddy origin story. So at least Robert Englund's in it, not just for 5 minutes and shit. So
it's interesting. I'm not sure I've necessarily seen this one before. Since watching it, I feel like I did watch Freddy's. The Freddy, what's it called again? The show? Freddy's Nightmares.
It's called Fun Time with Freddy. That's what it's called.
I feel like I watched, maybe it's my brother had a Freddy's Nightmares tape.
I had one when I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it was this episode.
No, I remember because I had a weird thing fast forward when I was a kid. It was my fucking 10th or 11th birthday or something. My grandma was like, what do you want for your birthday? I was like, I want that Freddy's Nightmares tape from Woolworths. She was like, all right.
There better not be any violence in it, man.
And that had the Brad Pitt episode on it. And it wasn't until years later when I found it again, I was like, fucking Brad Pitt.
So random.
But in the opening credits that isn't in this episode, the title sequence, it had clips from this episode, and I'd be like, what the fuck's that? Because it was Freddy on fire going, I'm free, and all that stuff. Yeah. And then years later, I found out there was a prequel episode directed by Toby Hooper, and then I eventually saw it. But I've only seen it the once, but it's not. Like you said, it's not great.
No, definitely not.
It's just full of plot holes as well. When they all go to his fucking boiler room and find just fucking evidence all over the place. And surely they would have found that after they arrested him and before the court case. It just makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they just glance over it. I mean, the fact that they glance over literally a cop getting killed at one point. Yeah. The guy that's eating chicken outside, he gets murdered. They never address it.
No. Apparently Freddy fucking dragged him in the bushes and ate him or something. I don't know.
It's what? Where is this guy? And they're all they keep talking about it. And I kept expecting to be and nobody's seen Johnny. But no, they just do not acknowledge the fact that a cop dies at one point.
That should have been the last scene. They'd say, all right, is that done? Where's Derek?
He's late for his shift, fuck's sake. And also the whole, why would Freddy be killing the parents? Isn't the whole point that he he comes back to kill the kids as revenge. Like, why does he start off killing the parents or trying to kill the parents?
Because it's TV.
It's a very strange thing. And I love the stuff, though, on a more humorous thing. I love the, like, catatonic girl who, like, is still being dragged to school like, every morning. Like, she's clearly got some problems, but they're like, no, get you dressed, fucking off to school. Like, the hardest parents ever.
Just like, you'll get no sympathy from us, get to school.
So it's like when you, like, try and pretend you're unwell and mum would be like, get out, no, I'm not buying into that. You're like, oh, shit. But, like, it's like she's witnessed a murder or whatever. Whatever reason she's catatonic for, but... Still going to school. Yeah.
I will say one thing, though, and this is obvious, like, because of the remake and stuff, and, like, even with that, it's not just the makeup and the voice, it's England's movements as Freddy. Like, that's another reason you can't recast him, because even just seeing him without the makeup from behind, it's like you can tell it's Robert Englund.
It's weird, isn't it? It's like pervy, energetic old man run. Something. Yeah. The way he does it, it's so unique though and stuff. Like when he does that little hunched run and stuff. It's so like great. But yeah, you're right, like everything about him.
It's the way he moves his shoulders when he walks. He's got a weird like strut or like a slow strut. And he said before, and like I'd never noticed this till he said it, but he said he because the glove's heavy, he lets his shoulder droop like it's like a gunfighter or something. I'm like, yeah, he does. I've never noticed that bit until he said it, and I was like, that's what makes him look so unique. Yeah,
it's cool. Yeah, such a like a simple sort of thing, but he's obviously like thought about it.
Oh yeah. He's not just went into the first one thinking, I'm just a fucking scary guy.
I love the story about how he got the role, that he put like cigarette ash or something under his eyes to like make himself look gaunt, and he didn't have anything to like. Well, he basically used like oil from his car. He like got the dipstick out and like used oil from that and like slicked his hair back.
Oh yeah,
for the audition.
Yeah,
and then like went into the audition and everyone was like, "Ugh, he's creepy."
Yeah. That's a weird connection as well, because like not the first time he's worked with Toby Hooper. He's in Death Trap that he made before. Now, Elm Street, and plays a skeezy fucker in that as well, who just wants to bum women.
Mad. But then the guy himself, Robert Englund, like such a like sweet guy,
lovely guy,
random.
Other little bits that I noticed: the mum's terrible folding when she's doing the washing. That's just going to crease.
Like, you're doing it wrong.
Just watching, going, oh, come on. And what my favourite line in the show, because it sounded you'd hear it in like a Lethal Weapon trailer or something. He's like, the law is the law, and the law is on vacation. I was like, that's a good fucking. That should be on like the Cobra trailer or something. Yeah.
I love how quick he like turned goats on that whole situation. Yeah. He's all like, no, we can't do this. And then someone's like, yeah, but he said your local football team was shit. And he's like, right, we're murdering them.
That's it. His gloves are off.
Because he literally does. He goes from like 0 to 10 straight away. Yeah. I guess they just didn't have the time.
Just realised a note I made that I forgot to say when we were talking about Saxon. I said I'm just going to assume they couldn't find anyone that could match Saxon's raw animal magnetism. That's right. They're like, we can't. There's no one else like Saxon. He's already said he's not doing it, and we can't just recast
Maybe.
It.
Yeah, they're just like, it would be a letdown if we tried. Yeah. So what's the point? So yeah, overall, like, well, it would it have worked as me as a kid? Would I have went, whoa, I want to watch the next episode now? I don't know. Maybes.
I mean, I watched them just because it was a Freddy thing, but I can't say I ever loved them and stuff. But I did used to watch that tape. I think the tape had like 2 episodes, but each episode has 2 stories in it, like interlinked stories.
But
yeah, I liked it, and I've always meant to like binge the whole series at some point just for completion's sake. But at least fucking Freddy's fucking in it though, unlike the Friday the 13th series, which was just name only. Yeah,
it would be interesting to watch them all. Yeah. I just think like I guess I can see why it failed, because like they didn't really start off that strong, and they should have. It's a massive misstep. They should have just, even if the rest of the episodes weren't as good, I think they need to really invest in that first episode.
Yeah, it feels a bit rushed, doesn't it? Yeah. Like I said, all the weird plot holes and stuff, it just feels a bit rushed. Like they just thought, no one's going to care. They just want to see Freddy.
We're so like spoiled now with TV and stuff in some ways that like they're just basically movies, TVs. But like back when they just didn't know how to light, and I think it's weird. Like light, I can forgive like ropey costumes and bad makeup and some bad acting and stuff, but lighting, like,
Yeah.
it makes so much difference. But like on a thing like this, I think that's what hurts this the most. The lighting is just awful. Everything's like lit fully.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because like a lot of the look of the show and like the Freddy scenes that would be in later episodes of him like talking about the story and stuff, they're all lit with like green and reds and stuff. I know some of that's in the movies, but it also looks like a lot of the light in Chainsaw Massacre 2, and this is Toby Hooper, and I'm like, was it his choice and then they just stuck with that style throughout the whole series? I don't know.
Yeah,
just a bit
weird.
just very big weird coincidence. But yeah, it's definitely a curio. Like, you got a fucking prequel in 1988, so and I think a lot of people might not have seen, like younger people just getting into horror might not be aware it fucking exists. So
no, because it's not like something that's massively available, right?
No,
Like, did it ever get past DVD?
No, I don't even. It's never had full seasons. It's had like best of DVDs, and I think there's Germany. It's a DVD. You can get a box set in Germany, but I don't think it's all the episodes. It's like 16 episodes, and there's 2 episodes on the old box set.
Yeah, I was going to say there is, isn't there?
But weirdly, not this one. It's episode 2. I'm like, what the fuck? Put the prequel on the box set, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, strange.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Strange choice.
So yeah, that was the show. That's actually 1 hour and a half. I thought it was going to be longer. We were doing 4 things, but I guess
we're snappy with it. We're just rattled through.
Yeah.
So
not sure what we're going to do in the next show though, because we're coming up to November, and then we're coming up to Christmas, and then
Christmas.
You're going to be a daddy.
I was going to say I've got babies on the horizon, so we should probably try and, depending on the timing, we should try and do a Christmas episode.
Yeah, we'll just have to figure out what we're going to do, because last year we did like a mix of pretty much everything, because we don't do the cannibal shows anymore, because there's not really many more to do that would not be super painful to sit through. Boring as fuck cannibal movies.
Like, why do we do this to ourselves?
Yeah. I mean, there's still, if we want to, not do typical Christmas movies, there's still Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's always those.
Yeah, why not? I enjoyed the first one, so.
Oh, we could see, it's got us in the mood now, we could see if there's any Christmas episodes of like Twilight Zone or Outer Limits or something. There you go.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Could do that episode of Inside
Christmas
Number 9
anthology.
or something.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea. Yeah.
So yeah, until next week, folks, you can catch us on Instagram at Champion Cinema Pod. Go rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all that jazz. And until next time, I'll see you down the pit.
See you on the heap.
Champion Cinema.